Sam Healey, oh really, it's top 100 games. Sam Healey, oh really, it's top 100 games. Sam won't be caught dead playing roads and boats. When people make him mad, he wants to punch them in the throats. Not kind of grumpy, but he's also kind of fun. He's an army of one.
All right, well, welcome back. This is again the continuation of the best top 100 of all time.
Oh, your voice is getting less magnificent each time you do that.
Just wait.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for tuning back in to my top 100. Today we're going to be going through my number 80 to 71. 80 to 71. So let's hop to without any further ado. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, what you talking?
Good talk.
All right, my number 80. Again, probably going to continue the shock and awe of these two. My number 80 is a game that followed close upon the heels of Agricola, and that is Le Havre. Le Havre.
I've never played, so don't even look.
You've never played? Really?
No, yeah.
What do you do?
That face was awesome. That's Home Alone right there.
Wow.
It's there, see?
Wow.
It says Le Havre, yeah. I like
Really?
Le Havre, yeah.
I love it. I just, wow, okay.
I
Do
enjoy
you know
Le
him
Havre.
now?
Yeah.
I feel like Tom, the more we do this,
right?
the less he feels comfortable around us. He's like, who are these guys? I'm letting into my home. Euros?
I liked the fish port, you know, the port feel to it that Agricola didn't have, and I was bored with the whole farmer thing. Maybe it's just me, but I felt like it just seemed like game after game after game after game around Agricola was farming this, farming that, farming this, farming that, and I was like, who cares?
So you're saying fishing greater than farming?
Well, at least as a theme for the game,
Like
yeah.
Fish greater than vegetables. I gotta put that on that shirt, man.
Fish are greater than vegetables. Anyway, Le Havre came out and had a lot of not the same mechanics, but it had, you know, the buildings that you could upgrade and get points from and use the resources and all this other kind of stuff. Kind of similar to Agricola, but it just had a different feel to it. Had a different skin on it, and it just felt different, and so I enjoyed it a lot better than Agricola. A little bit of a teaser: Agricola is not going to be on my list anywhere. It's not even on my top 200. But Le Havre came in pretty good because it had a different feel than Agricola, and I enjoyed it much better than Agricola. But now
You've said Agricola an awful lot in this last
it's because
few
I don't want anybody to think that they can expect Agricola later on.
No, but it makes sense. That's the game it gets compared to. Let's be honest, right?
So,
Well, until this year.
my number 80,
Yes.
Le Havre.
All right.
My number 80, Le Havre. My number 79 is a game that just entered the realm of board games, and that is Star Realms. Number 79.
Wow, that one shot up pretty quick.
Yes, it did. Not as quick as some of the other games I've recently been introduced to, but Star Realms definitely. I knew it was going to make my top 100 when I was introduced to it at Origins, and well, actually just before Origins, wasn't it? Yeah, because we played it right before we went. And when we got to Origins, it was the hotness at Origins. I mean, everybody was playing that, stopping by the booth, playing in their tournaments and getting the decks and all this other kind of stuff. And I know it was hot because my original copy that I bought at Star Realms got stolen. And if I ever find you...
I don't think they're watching our video.
They probably won't.
Maybe they found it like, this is
I know.
Sam Healey's copy.
And it's in a
Did it have your
shrine
name on it?
somewhere in their home.
No.
I doubt it. No, it didn't.
There's a little shrine somewhere with Sam Healey's copy.
Probably had my fingerprints on it.
Forensics.
DNA. Anyway.
All right.
That was awkward. Star Realms is a really cool two-player deck builder, really, and yeah, that's cool.
That was Dan King. We're going to try to call him during his top
Okay,
100.
yeah, really. So Star Realms is a cool 2-player. Can be played as 4-player, but I'm not really interested in that. I like the brevity of the 2-player game and how fast you can go. They have a new app on iPhones and Android systems, I believe. And they definitely have it for Android because that's what I have.
You have it? Did you play it?
Yeah, it's actually really good.
Cool.
The easy AI isn't stupid like some easy AI games are. So Star Realms rocketed right to my list. I knew it was going to make it. Number 79, Star Realms.
Cool.
My number 78. I see you cheating, man. HeroScape. HeroScape made my list, but not because of its setup time. HeroScape made my list because of the sheer fun that you have playing the game. Then you have to put yourself through the punishment of having to take it back down and then set it back up the next time. But the actual playing of the game is why HeroScape made my list. It is very fun, very light. Even on the easy, the easy mode, it's still fun. It's not as interesting.
You mean
but
without the powers? Or,
yeah,
right.
It's still interesting, but it's not interesting, but it's still fun. You add in the extra, I guess you would call it the intermediate level of play, and it's really enjoyable. I like how all the players work, all the different characters, work together well, even though they're not from the same era.
Yeah.
And you can use them as your team. I don't know. I just really liked how I'm a miniatures person at heart, but I really enjoy the miniatures game aspect of HeroScape. I hate setting it up though. So it barely made my top 100. Number 78, HeroScape. You guys are being very quiet.
It's because it's so long.
I like HeroScape, but
That's the key.
HeroScape is fine. It's not. I wouldn't make mine.
All right, my number 77 is probably one that's going to be way, way up on his list.
Okay.
That is Neuroshima Hex. My number 77, Neuroshima Hex. Again, a game that I played a lot on the table, but you played it even more with the app for the smartphones. It was a very cool app. Hard to beat app, too.
But I'll tell you what, the app for me has completely kept me from wanting to have it in my collection.
Right.
The app almost completely replaces the game.
Because it's so good. It does all the calculations and firing and all that for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if we're basing it on just apps that exist for games, that's the best game app out there.
I don't know about that.
I'm not going that far.
I don't know about
In my
that.
opinion,
It's good.
obviously.
It's
In my
good.
opinion,
Yeah.
obviously. But for me, absolutely.
Okay.
Good choice, man.
Neuroshima Hex is probably the closest you can come to a modern gamer chess, I guess you could say. It has a lot of pieces, and the pieces do specific things, and you place them on the board, and they move, and they are manipulated by different things. And I just really liked it. It can become a brain burner on the table because you got to figure out everything. But that's one of the things the app does. It takes all that mathematical stuff away. So. But my number 77 is Neuroshima Hex.
Too low!
All right. Number 76 is a game called Lords of Waterdeep.
Wow.
What?
No, I'm surprised this one's so low on your list. I thought you liked it much higher.
No.
What is that?
The reason...
Hiroshima Hex? Lords of Waterdeep?
Yeah, well, again.
I disagree.
No.
Neuroshima Hex is only 2-player. Neuroshima Hex is only 2-player.
That's up to 4, but it's not so good.
I'm just saying.
By not so good, it's not nearly as good.
It's a 2-player game in my estimation. Sure, you can play it with
and
4.
for you too,
but,
whatever. How often do you play with more than 2?
No.
But Lords of Waterdeep is a fun game that just happens to have a fantasy theme pasted to it. Which
is why we didn't put it on our top 10 fantasy games.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's just the pictures. That's all it is, and that is not all that a theme is. It's much more than that, than just pictures. So the mechanics have to work with the theme to make it a good theme. Anyway, that's another conversation. Let's go into that again. But Lords of Waterdeep, and I think Lords of Waterdeep really shines with the Scoundrels of Skullport expansion. That's what I think the game should have been in from the beginning, but of course you got to make money. So
no, come on.
No, I don't think it was around.
The game's a great basic game out of the box. They didn't cut it to make money. They added more stuff later.
okay, so you'd rather have your vanilla cake without the chocolate icing and sprinkles and whipped cream and all of that other good stuff.
I enjoyed the game before they added the other stuff.
Right, you're saying like it made it sound like they cut that out and then held it back. That's what Tom's saying.
Okay.
We need a new segment, conspiracy.
Conspiracy theories, board game conspiracy
That's some
theory.
crazy guy. Come on. I'm telling you.
Tinfoil hat.
All right. So, Lords of Waterdeep, my number, what was that? 76. All right, number 75 is a game that Tom absolutely loves. So much so that he gave me his copy. Turn and Taxis. Tom used to love this game so much. He lauded over it and fawned over it, and I was able to wrestle it from his grasp quite easily, actually.
You hate it.
So let's be clear on this. Today is opposite day.
Yeah, today is obviously, he does not like this game at all.
Man, I like the game.
And I don't, why don't you like Turn and
It's a
Taxis?
snooze fest.
Why?
I don't know. I just.
How can you love Ticket to Ride?
I know, exactly, yes, please. Explain.
Like, how can you... I'm not even saying... I could understand you liking one more than the other, but how do you love one and despise the other?
Because the Ticket to Ride is boom, 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 I'm blocking other people's routes, I'm doing all this. Turn and Taxis is this whole, we got to connect things in a certain order. I was just so bored by it.
Sounded like Ticket to Ride.
Well, okay. Is Turn and Taxis even 1/10 as popular as Ticket to Ride?
No.
Then obviously they're not that similar.
No, but they have a similar feel, I think.
Well, I hate the one because it's so boring. I actually fell asleep during a game of it.
You fall
serious?
asleep at the drop of a hat. You cannot use that. You cannot do
True,
that.
but how often?
Didn't work.
You cannot use that.
You fell asleep. Okay, we're
Sam
done.
was there. He
We're
got back
done.
me on this.
Yes,
We're
that's
done.
fine. You did, but anyway, this is my my top 100. But anyway, I just thought he'd make
Brought me into this. I was just...
make himself look like a fool real quick. But anyway, my number 75. If you like Ticket to Ride, you will like Turn and Taxis.
Wow.
You
are Tom Bass.
You will like Turn and Taxis if you enjoy Ticket to Ride. They are very similar. It just Turn and Taxis adds the theme of the German postal system. So there you have it.
I think it's a neat game, man.
Yeah, it's a very neat game. I mean, it made my top 100. I have it and all of the expansions, and I enjoy it.
Yeah,
the
it's in
expansions
my
really
top
add a lot of
500.
flavor.
I'm not saying you can't enjoy it. I'm just saying that you cannot make the statement Ticket to Ride and Turn Taxis same group that people love them both.
You will like Turn and Taxis if you like Ticket to Ride. I think that is a safe estimation. You're the
We'll
anomaly.
let the people in the comments.
You're the anomaly.
All right.
Number 74 is a game that I not really fell in love with at the beginning, but I really enjoyed it at the very beginning, and I liked it for all of its historical flavor from World War II, and that is Duel in the Dark.
Wow.
My number 74, Duel in the Dark. One player takes the British, the RAF bombers going over into Germany, and and the other player takes the German defenses, and you have to plot your course through, hit your target, and then plot your course back out. And then, of course, the Germans are trying to keep you from doing that, and it's a really cool
Duel in
game.
the Dark, is that the plain one, or is that
That's a
tank
plain one.
Okay.
The tank one was a complete dud.
Okay.
As in, we still don't know how to play it.
Exactly. After poring over the rulebook many times myself, him poring over it many times himself, and then actually calling people and trying to have it explained
and
to
then
them.
meeting a person who was involved with the production of it somehow and saying, could you teach it? And they said, you know what, I don't even know if I'm sure how to play it.
Well, anyway, that's not the game we're talking about. That was called the Duel of the Giants, and that's not what we're talking. We're talking about Duel in the Dark, where you are fighting in the air.
Yeah, that's one game that was very popular, dropped off the scene almost right away, but it's unfortunate because it's actually a pretty cool deduction game.
Yeah, very cool. So my number 74, Duel in the Dark. My number 73 is a game that we have enjoyed immensely, and I have just been waiting to find my own copy because I have enough people in my household to hold my own Risk Legacy party and keep going. So my number 73 is Risk Legacy. Risk is
wow, you got on my case. I thought this wouldn't even make your top 100.
Why?
Because you were like, it's still Risk. It's still Risk.
It is Risk, but it has a lot of cool stuff added to it that makes it better than just Risk. And so,
awesome.
yes, it is still Risk. Don't take any... now, I do have a problem with the whole, what was it, the 3-point thingy? For every... Man, I hate
What's
that
the
rule.
3-point thingy?
You can win basically without wiping out everybody else.
I love that. Are you kidding? Oh,
Well, no,
man.
no, I mean-
Otherwise, it is Risk. It's like,
No, it's
come
like,
on.
it's 3 points. I think it's too easy to win that way.
Have you played the game?
Yes.
Takes a while.
Not always.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't always.
It takes like 45 minutes sometimes. And I know for you, that's like, woohoo!
No, that happens-
But for me, I want to actually sink my teeth in the game. I'm not even done with my appetizer yet at 45 minutes, man. Come on.
He enjoys his meal.
That's right.
I'm about halfway through. I think I've played 6 or 7 games, and we had one that was that anomaly, like the fluke really short game. But all the other ones have been great.
I don't believe that the game is an anomaly. I think it's a
No, it is not.
expert play.
It is not. It's called...
Thank you, sir. I won
It's
that
called
game.
Mommy Called and I Have to Leave. So I'm just going to leave all my stuff here to let him just... Oh, I got my 3 points. Oh, my word. Anyway, still made my list. You guys are making me down my own game.
I hate this game.
Nice.
Number 71.
73.
Oh, sorry.
73. Only in the top, I mean, the lowest 25%, 25 games. But anyway, my number 73 is Risk Legacy. I do enjoy the innovation that it brought. And
Yeah.
that's why it made the list. Because it has a lot of cool little things that you do with it.
It's a cool game until Pandemic Legacy comes out anyway. And then... shot into the moon.
Shot into the moon. My number 72, well, we got to hurry up. I'm already at 16 and a half minutes. My number 72 is a zombie game called Last Night on Earth. And I like this game a lot because I think it carries the old school vibe of zombies a lot better than a lot of the new games that are coming out.
Okay.
It has the old, backwater USA in the woods somewhere, little town
Yeah.
that is the first town to face this zombie uprising. And they're all, these lurchers. They're not these speed walkers or anything like that.
Yeah.
And
Speed walkers.
you have all of the...
I do not want to see a GIF of that.
Yeah, right. I think you should. That's like the Caddyshack.
That's right.
But anyway, Last Night on Earth just really held a very cool retro zombie feel to it that I really enjoy, and the artwork, how it's kind of pseudo real with a little paint thrown into it. Yeah, I thought it was a little campy at first, but it actually works out. It makes
like the look?
Makes the game come through a little bit. It looks like a B movie, a B zombie movie, and that's what they were shooting for. So they did a good job.
I like that game a lot, but the replayability really dropped off quick for me.
Yeah,
I played it like 2-3 times, and then I was done.
Well, one of the things that I've been trying to do is get as many scenarios as I possibly can.
Yeah.
And the different scenarios gives it a different feel, which gives it more replayability.
I
So
was not surprised at all this one's on your list.
yeah, well, good. My number 72, Last Night on Earth. My number 71 might be another surprise, but Power Grid. Power Grid is my number 71. It's
You vetoed it the other day.
because I wanted to play something else.
Oh, okay.
And that game that we played isn't actually higher up on my list, but that's okay.
Okay, it's not. That's
Yeah,
not
I
what
just
the top
wasn't in the
100
mood to play
means, so-
Power Grid.
Understandable.
But it's a and the reason I wasn't, because my back was hurting me and I wasn't in the mathy.
It got quite mathy when you
yes.
left.
I heard about it. I heard about
Great
it.
game.
So I do enjoy Power Grid. It has a lot of cool mechanics. I love trying to upgrade your power stations and try to spread out your. I love everything about Power Grid. It is a little mathy, so I do have to be in the right mood to play it. But my number 71 is Power Grid, and that's my number 80 to 71. I thank you for tuning in once again. Any closing thoughts there, guys?
A few surprises, but I mean,
Yeah. I usually try to. Again, I'm like I don't know why I've got the whole like obscure gamer thing, but I usually try to pluck out something I haven't heard of, which there isn't anything. I've heard of everything, but it's really something I haven't played or paid attention to. And I think for these 10, it was Duel in the Dark. That sounds interesting.
Oh, you haven't played that one?
No.
I really think you would like it.
the word deduction.
Yeah.
It is deduction.
That's cool. I'm going to have to check that out at some point.
Because essentially it looks like a war game, but you're basically trying to guess where the thing is through, and if it goes through certain spots, you destroy the
That sounds
plan.
cool. I got to check that out. So
I've got it, so we can go through it if you want.
Very cool.
All right, well, that's that. That's my 8271. See you next time. I'm Sam Healey.
I'm Zee Garcia. See ya.
Punch him in the throats. Like kind of grumpy, but he's also kind of fun. He's an army of one.